Short commercial break. It's a Sports Arena show, comes your way every single Wednesday from 8 p.m. up to 10 p.m. where we preview and review the latest in the world of sport. In our first hour, we've just been talking to the captain of the Victoria Pearls in Gentimbaga. They've just won the 10th edition of the Kivuka tournament, which was in Kigali, the 4th in Uganda cricketing history. On set, we have Mr. Omarios Ali from the Futsal Association of Uganda. We'll definitely talk about the league as well as the Uganda Cup, joined by Masha, who is an ardent does follow futsal. To the dot, requesting you gentlemen to salute to our dear listeners and viewers as well. Starting with Masha, how have you been?
I have been okay, Kesh. It's good to be back here, and yeah, I hope you're okay as well.
Yeah, I'm okay, good enough. Cranes in Nambole after 5 years, we just fresh from that. Mr. Ali, pleasure hosting you. Thanks for spending time joining us.
Thank you, Kesh. Much appreciated. And actually, Fufu is doing very good work for this. Very good production, and this is, I hope it reaches as far as we can go. So really appreciate it.
Okay. You happen to be the executive member, or one of the executive members of the Uganda Futsal Association. Maybe bring us up to speed. How are things at the association?
Well, we've come from a very long way, honestly, and it's not been an easy ride. But what I can say is the light is there at the end of the tunnel, and the process has been really very, very long. And honestly, what I can say, steps have been slow but proactive, very, very proactive, and that's where we are today. Yeah.
Okay, then how has this one been? Because it just concluded recently. How has it been? And because the numbers keep increasing day in, day out.
Well, you know, as we're trying to professionalize the league, it's been that for the few times we didn't have a sponsor. One of the directives came in from the sponsorship that we need to have a bigger number, and that is why the number increased to 12. And honestly, it's been a long journey. Actually, almost 8 months we've been playing the game. So basically, just to improvise and see, because this is a very competitive sport, 5-a-side, and you can see it's very intense. So henceforth, to increase on the competition, that's why.
I saw betPawa coming on board to boost up the league, and cash prizes being won by players, and I think it's really, really good. Yeah, Marshall, let's pick it up from there.
Yeah, the locker room bonuses.
Yeah, locker room bonuses. Yeah, we had the president of the Uganda Futsal Association, Amza Juni.
Yes,
he came and expounded more about the locker room bonuses.
Yeah, you can, Omarios, you can tell us more about this locker room bonus.
Well, initially this is from the sponsorship kind of corporate social responsibility that they're giving, and to put in a financial instrument to benefit the players directly. So this came into them, and to see that the players benefit directly. This also increased in the competition. That's why you saw the competition became very, very competitive. And fortunately, it has helped them, because if you look at close to 167 million was given out during the span of the season, and that's a quite big amount for especially our small league that is coming up.
Yeah, you had spoken about the teams increasing in number, and there were now 12 teams.
Yes.
Obviously, I joined you in this first season.
Yes.
So before, how many teams were there before?
Well, basically it used to be between 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And there's some seasons we had now, like during the Corona time when it came in, we had almost, I don't know, 7 to 8 teams. Yeah. So averagely, it's not been so big, because the more teams you have, the longer the league gets.
Yes.
And you don't want to overstretch it, because we have Uganda Cup in between there. We also have the Super Cup that is played at every end of the season. So basically, I think the number is good now, and we can keep it there.
Are there any hopes of other teams joining eventually? Because we know that there are some small futsal clubs in Uganda that are existing, but are not in the league. And what is the reason behind that?
Well, first of all, this is a national league, and the national league, you can't just bring in everybody. So definitely the future is to have a second division, third division, and gradually the competition starts getting more interesting. So the community clubs that are coming in later on will give a very big perception from coming in the way the normal 11-a-side is played, where you have the FUFA drum, you have the big league and all that.
The regional league.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and then there's also like an under 14
yes.
league
Yes.
Of futsal. Maybe you can tell us more about that, because we don't know much knowledge about that.
Well, for the basically futsal itself should be for the youth, and this is actually a feeder program for the 11-a-side. Those who want to capitalize on the 11-a-side. You can see now like star players like Messi, Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, all these people have gone through that process. It's unfortunate that it is coming to us at this stage, but we're really crapping up, because we can see one of the best stars we have in the national team, Travis Mutiaba. Even Mato has been part of the futsal as well. Yes. So we do have, and it shows you, we have good big players who are playing in the Uganda Premier League as well. Yes. So
the likes of
Chitanda, Express,
Michael,
Jonathan as well,
who was at KCCA.
KCCA, yes.
So it's a good thing that young players are being able to be nurtured from futsal, and then eventually they go.
The time when you had Amza here,
yes,
he was trying to express or kind of expound about the beauty about playing futsal.
Exactly.
Then after playing 11-a-side.
Yes.
Because you have less time with the ball.
Exactly.
5-a-side. But maybe when you use that knowledge into 11-a-side, you become a much better player. Now it's like the infancy for the 11-a-side.
Exactly.
You can make them. Other countries like Brazil, they're making the most out of it.
Exactly.
Produce very good players.
You can see they just concluded CAF World Cup. Why do you think countries like Morocco are dominating? Because it's the grassroots. And they have that nature of talent to show you, because you see a player like Messi or a player like Ronaldo going through 3 or 4 players, because futsal is compact. There's no time, there's no space at all.
So if you're good in futsal, definitely
automatically, yes. It's much, exactly.
Yeah, and I think there was a Tottenham player called Lucas.
Yes.
Mora.
Yes.
Who started he's one of the most famous players. He's an example. They started in futsal in Brazil, and then eventually went to Europe to play the game. So it's a good thing that even the Ugandan stars right now are starting with futsal, most of them.
Yes.
And eventually, when I spoke to Matovu Sula, the former Uganda Cranes midfielder, who is the assistant coach of Park FC, he stated that futsal is an intensive game. Like, you have limited time with the ball, but there's a lot of energy that is required. With 11-a-side, there's a way you can pass the ball. There's a way you can have a lot of time for your body to be re-energized. But futsal has a lot of substitutions that happen in and out. There are no throw-ins that we know, but they are like corners, and it's really high intensity. Maybe one question I could ask you is, how are the minutes for viewers out there? They may not know how the minutes are played in futsal, because in football we have 45 minutes first half, 45 second half to make 90. So for futsal on the international scene, how are the minutes played? Well,
normally we can. It's normally 20 minutes each half.
Yes.
But when there is no stopwatch, sometimes it will exceed to maybe almost 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, but internationally, it is supposed to be 20 minutes in case there's any stoppages between in and out. The fouls that come in here and there, the injuries and all here. So the timer is always given a continuous timer until it elapses. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then let's talk about the league, which has
just Climaxed.
Climaxed and. Like our lower card, Futsal Super League, Climaxed. 12 teams. I mean, what can we, ahead of the new season, the upcoming season, what are some of the strides that you might want to see in the new season?
Well, an extension of what we've been having. Actually, we've been having very entertaining games actually prior. Even the media has been quite present. You could see all over the papers at all times. And there's been that aroma, actually, I can say, of titans fighting on the battlefield. even the lowest team that would lose manage to get at least a win out of it, but to improvise and see how we can grow as a sport, and also increase on the professionalism of the clubs to make it more professional in things to be done in a better and easier format. Yes. So yeah.
Then the Uganda Cup as well, because it's also you also need an extension of that.
Yeah.
The players have more gameplay.
Yes, the Uganda Cup is basically to grab in from the communities and to give them chance to know, and also introduce the sport, start to get branches in all the grassroots. Basically, it's more grassroots, and that is why we want to use that as a tool to expand into the schools, to expand into the universities, to expand countrywide as well, because we are the ones who nationally control the game and basically it.
Yeah, I mean,
the parameters for the Uganda Cup are as long as the team is registered.
Yes. Well, first of all, you will be licensed by the association to come and participate. You have to show that you want to participate. You'll be given the rules and you'll be shown what to do. And yes, you basically come in and say, I have my players and this is how we're going to have it.
I mean, those are competitions that give other teams a chance to go on and eventually win them. But unfortunately, I think PAC FC is like a Manchester City when it comes to futsal in Uganda, whereby they want to win everything. Before we talk about maybe how PAC FC has been dominating, I mean, Uganda Cup the final happened we had semi-finals and finals.
Yes.
That was during the mid-break of the league in February.
Yes.
Then we have the Super Cup, as you can see on your screen. That was the Super Cup, which is another trophy chance, another chance for a team to win a trophy. Then we had the league as well. But PAC FC eventually dominated in all of them. They became the first futsal club in Uganda to be unbeaten and take all three trophies, which is a treble for the 2023-2024 season. Yes. What do you think has made PAC FC superior in the league?
Well, what I can say is they've been well organized. They've been well organized. The players have been together for quite some time. And they've been focused. Once a team is focused and committed and know your agenda, definitely you'll get your goals. And what I can also add on is probably apart from their hard work and passion that they've put in, definitely it was written for them in the stars to pick up all three trophies.
All three trophies.
Yes.
And,
so they won the league.
They won the league, the Uganda Cup and the Super Cup.
I think Kesh, what you also need to know is that Omarios is not only a part of the Uganda Futsal Association. He's the big boss when it comes to Kisenyi. Now, let me give you this scenario. Kisenyi is the second best team when it comes to rivaling PAC FC in Uganda. So they have fallen short. In February, they were in the semi-finals against PAC FC and they fell short. They were leading by 4-1. Then a few minutes, PAC FC leveled 4-4 and won on penalties. In the league, they were also close. In January, in the first leg, PAC FC beat Kisenyi first round by 2-1. Then in the second round in April, still PAC FC dominated I think by 5-2, 5-3. And then eventually they met again in the finals, which was just last weekend on June 8th. And PAC FC was able to beat them by 7-5. We thought that maybe that 3-week holiday, that 3-week break would make PAC FC rest and relax. And Kisenyi FC started the game very, very well. So you can tell us what are your thoughts to being a second best team?
We first of all come from a very long way with PAC. The Kawempes you see today was the same scenario we were in, both teams. And we groomed this sport together. So the rivalry has always been sporting rivalry and always a very friendly gesture, because we always sit up and meet up for tea and always talk about this. But what I just said is basically they have been more focused and ready. And that bit of the stars written for them to win this tremendously, and honestly, they deserve it. There's no way you can take that away from them. And but definitely we'll try again. like the saying
You
goes.
guys are planning to break the coffers too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I mean,
Hopefully,
you're
yes.
almost like Mikel Arteta, who's always knocking on the door, and I think there are some rumors that Pep Guardiola might leave next summer. So for Kisenyi, what can they do differently? Because Kisenyi were, I think Kisenyi, Luziran Park at the beginning of the season were all unbeaten until December.
Yes.
All three teams.
Yes.
But Luziran and Kisenyi started falling off, slightly losing form. Could you explain to us what happened then?
Yeah. We had some kind of player problems, and this was sorted out a little bit later.
Yeah.
And it really affected us. That's why I'm talking about the unity. And when a club, you must be focused in what agenda you have at hand. But fortunately, we pushed it. We kept together, and that's why we managed. Although we had so many easy losses that we shouldn't have lost, I think we should have given them a run for their money. And also the Uganda Cup semi-final, literally, we handed the cup to them.
Yeah.
So, but they do know that we play a very competitive game, and we have a very different style of play that we have. They do know how we hold and use the ball, and very attractive kind of game we play. The flair is all about in futsal, and that's what you're supposed to show. So I hope and pray that all will be well again. We'll try again next season and see. Definitely we'll make a run for them for their money.
Yeah, so when is any offing of the next season?
One or two things probably, but we'll see. Definitely the season is going to be much better than it was. Going to get better and better every season since we have the sponsors on board, and hopefully we'll get there where we win.
Yeah, you gave us a teaser, I mean a little bit of a teaser that the way you played at the Super Cup final is just promising.
Yes.
That's going to be
the kind of style.
The kind of style next season.
Yes.
But maybe what will you say that your players will keep that focus next year?
Yeah, because the journey is long. So this time is going to be a much more different approach, and we hope to add on more experience and also use what we have. Because we took the best defender of the season, Marvin Ategeka, who has come from a very far position, as well as one of the best keepers we do have, and even the coach he's been Sulaiman has been in the game for quite some time. So we have a very good chance. We know what we're doing, and I think we can get an itch over them.
Marvin Ategeka had a slight injury towards the end of the season, but the fact that his mentality is he's one of the leaders of the team, and he wants to continue pushing. You know, I spoke to him over the weekend, and he said that you know, he wants to come back stronger. He was motivated. I think winning the defender of the season is just really great for him. You know, ahead of Chitanda, who's for Park FC. So it's really good.
As an executive member of the association, we talked to Hamza here about spreading the sport. I don't know how you guys have gone, because it is one of those, in terms of ushering in people into the sport, it's one of those ones that can easily be.
Well, we've pushed through, like we said, the Uganda Cup is going to be based on the community. Then we do have, so far we've been in touch, Kampala Regional Football has been in touch with us to initiate a third division. Overall, we'll be the ones to, control it, to show them and guide them exactly how things are going to be done. So that's how we're going to spread it out. And we're already talking to schools, just as you've seen the under 14 leagues you've been talking about. We've been having even the girls league as well, which is also ongoing when the seasons come in. So we're getting there. It's baby steps, but we're really moving at a very good pace so far.
Could you tell us any specific dates when the girls league is happening, and also the under 14?
Normally the target should be during holidays, but December, when the schools have a longer holiday, that's the target we normally use, and that's a better chance. And that's how it comes in, and that's where we put in the leagues. But it's getting there, and hopefully, inshallah, we will push it through.
Because futsal is one of those. I've been at the old Kampala.
Yes, you've seen it.
I've seen it, and you watch people coming out to express them. So
exactly,
like this one is a much better player than the other. But that 5 aside, it brings a lot, because it's more about, okay, every sport is mental.
Yes.
But you have less time with the ball.
With the ball.
Because you have no spaces.
Yes.
Same like maybe you try to, because for basketball, you have 24 seconds.
Yeah, to release the ball.
To shoot.
Yes.
From your
half,
half to the other
half.
In case you don't do that, then it's the ball.
Standover.
Maybe if you can make the most out of that in terms of possession, you can. In futsal, you don't have that time.
Yes.
You control the ball, have
Somebody's
someone
already
behind
there.
someone.
Yes.
So I think it's much better if
Yeah.
for 11 aside, if at all people can conceptualize that. Okay, Mr. Omar, maybe you're parting shots to the futsal fraternity out there, in terms of the new season, and what kind of stride should they anticipate ahead of the upcoming days?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season, just as this one has been. Definitely, like I said, it's going to be much better and much more enticing and entertaining, as has been the case. And we hope the crowds now can come in and watch, because we've been having crowds that have been following basically to understand what the game is all about. And now let us spread the wings so that people can and the viewers can come and see what we really do at futsal.
Parting shots?
I think, I mean, you're talking about the growth of the sport, and one example that Uganda Futsal Association has been able to do is grow the social media accounts, you know, the Instagram, the Twitter, which is now X, and so we can see that you know, futsal is developing, and to viewers out there, once the new futsal season starts in September, you can always be getting updates live on X, live on Instagram. It's always active. So I think we just really appreciate that the good work that Futsal Uganda is doing, and hopefully the sport continues to grow.
True.
Right, Mr. Omar, the platform is always open for FATV. It's the home of Ugandan sports.
Indeed.
Make the most out of it, and definitely spread the sport as far as you can. Okay, we're going for a short commercial break. When we get back, we talk about Cranes back in Nambole. After 5 years, we beat up on Botswana 1-0. Courtesy of that sole goal scored by Mohamed Shaban, but lost 2-1 against Algeria at home. So 6 points after 4 games. Let's get back after this short commercial break. That's all we have for you. Masha, thanks for joining us. Bob, pleasure. And we'll definitely get back next week with all the latest in the world of sport. The Junior Gazelles, of course, are in action at the Indo in Lugogo. You definitely go out there and support them. The tournament ends on Fridays. Go out there and support them and hope they can, stay. And the Junior Silverbacks as well. It's a double header. Of course, for them, the Junior Gazelles and as well as the Junior Silverbacks. I've been Kesh, Bob, and Marshall. We'll definitely out of your wish you a splendid night, and till next week. Bye bye.